So today we're looking at the top 10 players in each position. Starting off straight away with the goalkeepers. We're going to run through them very quickly because the list, to be honest, can be interpreted in any single way. So, goalkeepers don't really matter as much because half of the time you're just getting sweated on anyway. So I've got Donnarumma, Oblak, Alisson, Cech, Casillas, Martinez, Courtois, Pickford, Van der Sar, and our boy Schmeichel. They are my list of the best goalkeepers in the game. Now, obviously, I've gone in from the top 10 upwards. I personally think Schmeichel is number one in this. He's been phenomenal for me. Now, Van der Sar will always be a very, very close second. And like when it comes to any other goalkeepers, I really don't think it matters this much nowadays, especially that they didn't get the Playstyle Pluses right. I must admit, the Playstyle Pluses somewhat have a kind of an opinion in the game, but we know full well the Playstyle Pluses next year will have a massive, massive impact on goalkeepers, especially now they have leaked that it will be in the game. Goalkeepers will have Playstyle Pluses, so that's already going to be massive. And as you can see, most of them do have pretty much every playstyle when it comes to a goalkeeper, and honestly, even with Schmeichel not having them all, the stats are all up there anyway. So goalkeepers are very easy to kind of say, well, this is the 10. Everybody's going to have a different order. This is just mine. If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Going into the left backs then, we're starting off with Sakina. Very good card, obviously a team of the season. I can imagine she will get another upgrade at some point very soon, and the stats don't lie for her. Good playstyle pluses. She was a very, very good addition to team of the season, especially when we had the likes of Teo, who was just monstrously expensive throughout the whole year. So it's nice to see she is getting that recognition here. We then move up one, we've got Lizarazu. I think a lovely great to the game. Obviously one of them ones that I feel like could have got bigger upgrade, to be honest. Him personally needed to be higher rated, and I think that the same with a lot of the heroes and the icons coming into footies now as well. It would have been nice to see a bump up if that was going to be his last card. Now, if he's going to get a footies, then everything can go back, because fair enough, then he's obviously going to get a better version. But if this is the final one, I feel like they should know that. I do think they've planned out pretty much the most kind of the rest of the year, so you really should know what's coming out, really, especially when it comes to heroes and icons, as it's not as if they're going to get an inform in the week. That's going to be quite an easy one. We then have Bon Pastor, very good upgrade, especially when she does have a beautiful evolution from the, I think it's the fantasy into the footies superhero evolution. Very, very good upgrade for her. Unfortunately, the card is still broken. I do need to I think I need to uninstall the game for this, which is going to be annoying in itself, but a very, very good left back. We move into a Grimaldo footies winner. I was going to say UT winner then, but it is the Ultimate Team winner, so the footies Ultimate Team winner. It's the premium version, basically, I think. So in with him, a very good card. Now, very much like another one in this list, I don't know if left back's going to be their best position, to be honest with you, because look at the stats. Like, across the board, we have 90 as the base value of every single one. The next one up from that is shooting at 92, defended only at 93. He's going to be a cracking centre mid, so there is sometimes two different positions that you could go with him. We have Alphonso Davies, easy enough, to be honest. This is from his Copa America to Path to Glory. Lovely card. Always like an Alphonso. Pace, absolutely yes please. Defending physical been upgraded. Insane dribbling and passing as well, which is always nice. And to be honest, it's hard to like that's going to be a shock from these top ones, because Roberto Carlos is up next. And again, maybe yes, his dribbling is just absolutely out of this world. But in terms of what we're seeing, everybody's got this same sort of stats. So stats now are kind of not necessarily irrelevant, but it's just everybody's got them. Roberto Carlos with some great playstyle pluses as well. He's obviously got the quadruple, which unfortunately Alfonso didn't manage to get. Another great card, but again, could have been better. I would love to see like a 98-99 Roberto Carlos if they wanted to make him into that footies. That would be really nice to see. We have Rolfo, who is the other one who I'm saying, just get her in centre mid, genuinely. Like, look at her. 95 in pace shooting, 93 being the lowest stat, 98 passing, 99 dribbling, and 96 defending. She is born to be a centre mid in this game. First touch, slide tackle, whipped pass, and jockey. Genuinely put her absolutely anywhere on this pitch. We saw this from even the gold bog standard left back. Now into this card, you just knew full well she was going to go off during footies. We have Capdevia, one of my personal favourites as a left back. And again, when it comes to stats, like we look at a lot of them, and there's definitely different areas where Capdevia isn't a dribbling masterpiece, but 91 dribbling already on a left back is still very insane. Doesn't have the rapid plus, but does have the quick step, relentless whipped pass, and jockey. So he's going to go in at a very high rating in my opinion. We have Mendy in the number 2 spot. I love Mendy in this game. He's just an icon in any sort of sense. When it comes to a FIFA game, FC, FIFA, whatever, the base version of Mendy will definitely be iconic for a long time. For somebody who not necessarily has had the greatest career, like he's at Real Madrid, fair enough, but when it comes to informs, when it comes to specials, it's not as if he's blessed with 20 different cards every game. He's kind of just, well, to be honest, I don't even think he was the actual left back for Real Madrid for quite some time. And even then, I think Capdevia's taken a lot of, Camavinga has been taking some of the spots as well. The fact that he's still managed to get a card like this every single year is just absolutely beautiful. But my number 1 spot has obviously got to go to Teo. I think this year he has stolen this spot completely. It used to be, to be honest, it used to be Robertson. Before that, Marcelo. You saw a bit of Roberto Carlos back in the day. I think he was very early in FIFA. But Teo this year has been an absolute menace. He is definitely by far my favourite this year and has just been outstanding. We then have the right backs. We're obviously going into Kimmich to start with. Honestly, I think the right backs have been, to be honest, the right side in general has not necessarily had like a lack of talent, because clearly there's a good amount, but definitely not as good as the left side in total. Like if we take left back, left wing, and right back, right wing, I would have definitely said the left wing and left back have a lot more absolute bang on top comparisons. Like Mendy is as good as Teo. You've obviously got Roberto Carlos is up there. Capdevia is up there. Rolfo in whatever position is up there. You go to the wingers, you've got Neymar, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Vini. Like there's so many options. Whereas I think the right wing and right back has definitely been, not necessarily a letdown, because clearly there's an incredible amount of talent, but I wouldn't say personally for me Kimmich is in my absolute top of any game. Like when it comes to being a right back, he's a CDM. But there is obviously a good upgrade for him in this lovely team of the tournament. We've obviously got the 4 play style pluses. We then move on to Montiel. Very good card in himself. He's coming in at the 9 spot. I think for cheapness, you're definitely not going to ask for too much better. Decent play style pluses, nothing crazy, so he is only going to take the 9. We've got Jan Kuto, who I'm very interested to keep tabs on over the years, as most definitely this is kind of like an introduction for him. He's got himself the quick step, the intercept, the ping pass. He's a very good card in game, and if you've looked at him from his, I want to say, I think it was Fantasies, his 90 rated card, it was definitely a jump up from the silver that I didn't expect. We then move into Jesus Navas. Always love him. Always got a great card when it comes to it. A 5-5 better to add as well. He's got himself the quadruple playstyle plus. Some very good stats. Now, obviously with the playstyle plus, they could be better. Trickster as a right back, not really feeling. Having technical and rapid is going to be a bit of a waste. So it's why he's very good in his overall game. I just think the playstyle pluses could have bumped him up that little bit more. As we obviously have got Reece James next. Very good free card if you have got him already. I personally really rate James this year. Loved his birthday card. I felt like that as an SBC was just incredible. For the price that you were paying at that point, without a right back SBC that everybody had. Like, obviously Carfu was there, but I think he was there during Reece James, and the price difference was massive. But I do think this 96 is a very, very well-deserved upgrade. Well, I say well-deserved, but for the game, not for in real life. Klaus coming in next, lovely card. I think every time he always has some sort of banger. He started off the game really well with his road to the knockout, then managing to get a, what is it, like, not team, we weren't team of the tournament, but team of the knockout stage basically, which was just way more expensive for a 1 rating upgrade. And then finally we got this absolute monster. Big fan of him. Carvajal. Now, I didn't expect to be saying his name this year. Honestly, he has had a tournament and a half and has managed to get himself all the way to a 98 rated right back. Phenomenal. Very, very good. It's a shame that he didn't get the quadruple. I don't know if they assumed that he wouldn't get there or for whatever reason, but he has done stunningly, and I do think the rating alone is kind of just keeping him up there, just 1 above Klaus in my opinion. We obviously have the Carfus of the game, and I'm waiting for that footies if they're going to give it him. I would love, again, like Roberto Carlos, to see a 98-99 Carfu. I don't think we see many fullbacks at this sort of level, so it's really nice to see that they're giving the love across the pitch. But Carfu is arguably in that top spot regardless, because next up is going to be Frimpong. Now this is only his team of the season version, as we are still waiting for that 99. EA, you know you are giving him a 99. There's no way that they give him a 98. I would just... No, you can't. It's not right. It's not possible. You need to be giving him a 99 because this card will go off. His in-game ability, to be honest, could be just a right wing. To be fair, you could literally go ahead and just put him on the wing and it'd be absolutely fine. But I am waiting for the footies Frimpong 99 because at the minute, my favourite is got to be Walker. Now, obviously, this comes into the fact he's got the quadruple. His defensive ability is absolutely spot on. Now, he isn't necessarily crazy amounts of difference compared to Frimpong, but I do think Walker at the moment is just edging him that little bit more with the extra playstyle plus. I do want Frimpong to get that upgrade because he is taking that spot back. And if Carfu gets one as well, then Walker's definitely going down into third. Into the centre-backs now, we start off with Carvalho, a brand new footies SBC, beautiful card, and honestly when it comes to an SBC, this is going to be one well worth doing. Now, he doesn't necessarily have the most prettiest stats in the world. Like, we've obviously got an incredible amount of defending, a great pace increase for him, and very, very good physicality. But the dribbling, very limited compared to what we have been seeing. But just look at the playstyle pluses. Aerial plus, anticipate, jockey. We'll just ignore acrobatic, but he's going to be a solid centre-back, and he's coming in at number 10. Number 9, Marquinhos, absolutely love him as well. I think he is just a brilliant mastermind when it comes to a centre-back. He's kind of had that year off. Last year, I don't think I really saw him, to be honest. The year before, he was the gold card, the special cards were absolutely everywhere. Him and Kimpembe had that massive link-up, and since they took chemistry, maybe that's what took him away, but most definitely he's come back with this 96, and he's absolutely rocking it. We got Ruben Diaz. I think this one's quite an easy one, to be honest. He's got some good playstyle pluses. Now, obviously, they have to have exceptional stats to be able to pull off not having the anticipate, in my opinion, because I really rate the anticipate as a centre-back. At least one centre-back has to have it, but if I can, both should have it most definitely. But I do think stats-wise, definitely lets him off a little bit. Konate, lovely card. Now, he only goes above him purely for that anticipate, but a very good triple playstyle plus as well. It's not just one. Having the aerial, which we know full well is broken. The anticipate, which is my number 1. And then slide tackle, I've come accustomed to. With Maldini, I've come very, very much accustomed to having that playstyle plus. And it does work in some scenarios. Now, that's one I don't need both centre-backs to have, but it is always nice to have it on at least one, and hopefully that moment is with that centre-back, not with the other. Maldini obviously coming in next. The biggest crime for him, and hopefully he gets a footies with it, is having the anticipate. He needs it. If you take off ping pass and add it there, that could be arguably up there in the top 3 spots. If you make him into that 98 centre-back, that's just going to be absolutely elite, which I'm hoping they do go with. Whether they do is going to be the big question, though. We have Vidic, who this year has just stolen everything. Stolen an upgrade when I don't think he actually got one and he's just managed to roll with it. In game, he is just such a good centre-back, and he's one of them ones I would look twice at if you went for just a random card. Then moving on to the next spot, we have got Arejo. Again, love him. Think he's a great centre-back. Another one without the anticipate, which does show that I'm not completely biased. I mean, in terms of a centre-back SBC, again, one of the better ones that you're going to find in that top category. I think he's definitely had a year where you know he's going to be very meta, and potentially this could follow on to the next year as well, especially with the playstyle pluses. That's going to have a massive impact, especially at the start of the game. We have Militao. This is where, to be honest, it gets very easy. I think the top 3 spots are just so simple in this game because Militao is number 3. We've then got Saliba as number 2, and then we've obviously got 99 Virgil as number 1. All of them are in their own rights incredible. I do think in terms of a centre-back, 99 Virgil has to be number 1. And then I could argue between 2, 3 and 4 depending on who you want. But I do think Saliba, Militao and Arejo, in my opinion, go in that order. Now into the CDMs, we've got number 10 as Douglas Luiz. Honestly, there is a lot of difference now because CDMs, to be honest, with the ratings that we've got, have almost become box to boxes. Now, you've got to be picking very, very lightly because a lot of them do have top end stats. Like we saw somebody like a Gerrard, or, well, to be honest, it's probably a bad example. Someone like a Tony Cruz or something like that, who's kind of had more defensive abilities, now have just a total overhaul and just managed to get such a good amount of attacking stats as well. You would consider them more of a box to box, if anything, and especially with Douglas Luiz, like stats wise, he has more shooting, but defensively is so much more better. And you can normally tell because the playstyle pluses do reflect. He's got more shooting, yet he doesn't have any sort of attacking playstyle pluses. So that kind of tells you where he starts off. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't play him there. It's just where I've decided to put him. We have Tyler Adams. Very nice card again. Lovely upgrade from him with his Path to Glory. Couple of nice playstyle pluses. The bottom end is kind of just a little bit like, a lot of people will have higher rateds, to be honest. I have Oberdorf. Now, I saw this card come out in the season and thought it should be better. It definitely should be better. For a kind of midway through footies, I just think 80 shooting on her. Her team of the year was an excellent card. It was a great upgrade on top of what she already had. She obviously managed to get a couple of specials. I just expected more of a box-to-box, to be honest. Someone with at least like 88 plus shooting, 90 pace. Like defensively, incredible. But I don't know, I just expected a little bit more from her. And unfortunately, we didn't get it. We then have Rice as an international stars. We still are scratching our head to figure out how on earth he managed to get this card. But regardless, very nice card. But I expected better. I must admit, again, very much like Oberdorf. He feels blocky at times. He's a cheap SBC, which is the only like saving grace for him. But playstyle pluses, intercepts nice, blocks good. Relentless at this point. He's got 99 stamina, so it doesn't really matter too much. And as I'm holding him in that DM role, it's not as if he's going to be using a lot of his run, to be honest. So I was a little bit disappointed with this card. Even the 5-star weak foot wouldn't have gone amiss. So unfortunately, he's going to be above a few of the others, but he could have been higher in my opinion. We did get Conte as well. Very, very nice card. Now, obviously, they did give him the 2-star, 3-star, which they are still yet to fix. Don't ask me why. They've clearly forgot about it and made us forget about it. That would really take this card to this next level. But stats-wise, and I'm kind of going on the hope that they do eventually fix it. But it's been a couple of weeks now, so probably not. Very good player style pluses. The Conte that we used to absolutely love. The gold card was legendary in this game. And I think this card is definitely that emulation of him again. Ramirez, loved him. I think, again, another one that I think could have been waited. Like, you could have waited to give him that 98. Again, broken card, which is always lovely. But 96 is nice. I just wanted him to be that little bit higher. Obviously, the all-round stats are going to be very good, but he is more defensively. And like I said, at the very, very start of this game, when you saw the pace be so high already, you knew full well when footies hits, with the upgrade a card gets, he would be one of the better ones that you could definitely get. But to be honest, I don't think they upgraded him as much as I think they should have done, to be honest. Then we've obviously got Tchouaméni. Love him. Absolutely brilliant year this year. Very, very good in every single aspect. Pace-wise, he's got a good amount of shooting. Passing's decent. Dribbling's decent. And an exceptional amount of defending physical, which is always perfect for him. Anticipate, slide tackle, aerial, relentless. Very, very well done for this card. But then we have Rodri, who I think had a stunning upgrade. This is what I wanted a Rice to be like. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like the stats are like a crazy, like we got 93, 83, 91, 92, 97, 95. Defending physical is exactly the same, 92, 91, 87, 90, but in game, so much better. He just feels so much better. And even then, like, it's just a 1 upgrade on the agility balance. It's a 5-star weak foot. He just feels so much more adaptable when it comes to being in that CDM role. He pushes the ball forward. Obviously, he's got the triple playstyle plus on passing. He's got the anticipate, which is nice, but he just feels so much more like a better card, which is just hilarious how the difference is. Because really, there isn't that much. Like, what, we got 2 inches? 2 inches on his height. Obviously, he's got a medium high. I think, what has Rice got? Medium high as well. So you could literally not write it that they are so very, very similar, and yet I much prefer Rodri in this game. And as you cheekily saw there, Camavinga has obviously got to be number 2, 98 rated. I don't think there's any questions about that. A brilliant, brilliant upgrade for him. Incredible playstyle pluses, incredible stats, but there's only one man he misses out to, and that's obviously going to be Vieira. Vieira is light years. He's just an overall imposing CDM. And it's funny because when you look at the stats across the board, like, they're not even a comparison to someone like Camavinga, but when it comes to in-game, Vieira is easily number 1. We then move into the centre mids, and McAllister is going to be number 10 for me. I love him. It's a very, very nice card. I didn't expect him to go all the way, which is incredible for him, to be honest. A 98 rated card. They've obviously got a few other Argentinians that managed to go all the way. I think in terms of what you were paying for him, he's not bad at all. He's got himself a very good rounded stats, and to be honest, this is the level where we start. The ending is just even better. And I think when it comes to centre mids, it's quite an easy one to just have every single stat on the board, as well as then having the playstyle pluses, a potential on the 5-5 on some of them, but a very, very nice addition to start with. We then have an SBC in Vitinha. I think I love this card in game. He was one of them ones in Team of the Season that you thought, okay, well, footies could be interesting for him. Managed to get a Team of the Tournament. Whether we see a 99, I don't think so. I think Team of the Tournament is going to be where he stops, depending on how many new players they go for. If they give us like 6-7 weeks of footage, which I don't think they're gonna do, I do think this card could go to the 99. But if they go to their week 4 and then they just release everything like normal, or if they go shapeshifters, it's a potential, because this card genuinely could have gone all the way to a 99, which would have been really, really nice. We obviously have got Goretzka. He would have been there with Kimmich, but Goretzka's always been a very all-round sort of player, and I think this year again, he has absolutely smashed it. His 97 footers is just a thing of beauty. The lowest rated is 93, 94, then into the 95s. Playstyle pluses are decent, defensive, power header, incisive, long ball, missing out on a little bit of shooting, which is absolutely fine because he is going to work it every which way that you need to go up front. We then have De Jong waiting for his upgrade again. I think he's a brilliant card in game. He's kind of one of them ones like Vieira, like the Hullet, where he may not have the number 1 stats in every position. Like, we look at him in comparison to Goretzka. Obviously, you've got the physical better, the defending better. He has got better dribbling, which is nice, and better passing. But then the shooting's considerably worse, the same pace. And obviously, he's got the 5-5 in comparison. But when it comes to being in-game, De Jong absolutely owns it, which is always nice. Putellas, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I know I say it wrong all the time, but leave me alone. We've obviously got the 99 of her. Again, I've been her biggest fan all year round. I was extremely fortunate to get the Team of the Year during Team of the Year. We then managed to get Team of the Season on day 1, so just an extra playstyle plus. And now we've got the 99, and I think she absolutely rocks it. An anchor would sort her out absolutely fine, and she is just up there. We then have Valverde, one of my favourites that I was waiting for this year. I'm hoping they get him a 99. As much as I don't think he will, the same as Vitinha, now he's been upgraded in Team of the Tournament. I'm really hoping he gets that 99 to just boost everything more because he's just been, from that gold card, incredible. We then also have Enzo Fernandez, the starter, some of the 99s, which is always perfect. Again, with a lot of the Argentinians, I knew full well because you've got De Paul as well. The stats on them are exceptional. Both of them 5-5 because of the tournament, the Path to Glory aspect. Both of them with a quadruple playstyle plus. Enzo definitely coming out on top there with the pinged pass, anticipate, press proven. Whereas unfortunately, we did end up with relentless, technical and dead ball for De Paul, but he still rocks it with that stats. And I think being that, I say that a little bit taller, an inch counts. And then we move on to Jude Bellingham. 98 rated. He's one of my personal favourites when it comes to in-game control. He's just effortless. His dribbling is brilliant. His passing's fantastic. He's got good shooting and defensive attributes. Playstyle pluses across the board's nice. And very much like De Paul, it's unfortunate he got one playstyle plus that was acrobatic, which doesn't help him in pretty much any scenarios, really. But we can still own it. We can still absolutely do it. But Jude isn't number one. Number one, it's always got to be Hullet. It's boring, it's kind of flavorless at times, but Hullet is Hullet for a reason. There's a reason why everybody's called the Hullet gang. He's the originator. He's a 5'5", he's 97 rated, and to be honest, you could put him in cam, centre forward, striker, CDM, and he's one of the best in every position. But for me, centre mid is where he belongs. Going into the cams then, 98 Lo Celso is going to start with. I think he's brilliant cam. There is so many options here that, to be honest, I don't even utilize that much because I don't really play with a cam too much, but I have normally what I normally kind of do, especially in like, if I'm going for a very bog standard 4-4-2, I'll have a more defensive player and a more cam orientated player, box to box or cam, and then a DM or box to box. So I have utilized a lot of these and just changed the formation in general for them, but in terms of some of them, they have been off the charts this year. Lo Celso with a great upgrade. I think a lot of the Argentinians did incredibly well for one reason or another, and most definitely came out pretty nicely. We then have Goulet. Now, he's going to be an interesting one to watch because most definitely I don't think it's necessary. Well, it could be a breakout tournament, I suppose. Like, I think everybody knew about him. Real Madrid prospect, very young star. But I think this year, or at least this Euros, it really managed to showcase the maturity of him. So I'm hoping that translates, and that's where I'm getting with it. I'm not talking about real football into FIFA, but when we see him in real life, this could translate to potentially a higher rated base card, maybe a couple of informs. But the problem is, there's a star-studded lineup at Real Madrid, and is he going to make the squad? I feel like he might have to make a move, otherwise he's going to have to move Mbappe, Vinny, Bellingham, or Rodrigo. I mean, I don't know where he fits in. Like that's going to be a very, very difficult team to break into. Has he got what it takes? That's the question. De Bruyne. One that I've not been entirely a fan of this year. I think he's had some really good cards, and most definitely the 98 is nothing to squander over. I don't know if I'd quite say team of the tournament, but I mean, I can relate to it. Like, give him a 98 for whatever reason. Like, I would have more than likely took a 99. I just think there's nothing really that I'm wowing over at this point, especially the De Bruyne that we remember, the 99 that was just unplayable. The passing is obviously an excellent point, but I just think he's very much drowning in talent at this point. Like, the amount of cams and strikers and centre mids that we've got in whatever position you wanted to put him in, he just gets drowned in completely. And as we go up, Musiala is a great example of this. I think he is exceptional at being that cam role. Now, there's one thing that I personally like in a cam is the finesse shot plus. I don't care what other playstyle pluses he has, as long as it's something relevant. Like, I like the passing one, don't get me wrong, that's brilliant. If they're going to give you that sort of attribute, that's what you lean into. You're not going to go and try and score like 50-yard power shots with De Bruyne. I'm going to be looking at that passing. That's what's going to be the best attribute for him. Whereas when we're looking at more of a dribbling cam, the finesse shot is definitely a nice extra bonus to have, which is what a few of them don't have. Now, Olmo, It's very, very similar to him. They are pretty much identical when it comes to attacking, but Olmo managing to get to the final and winning has given him that little bit of an edge. The 5-5, the extra stat upgrade, that is what's really going to be the next level for him, as both of them have got 99 dribbling, so they're going to be absolutely brilliant across the board. None of them have the finesse shot, but Olmo does have the passing as well as then a technical, whereas technical and quick step with relentless first touch could have been better. I'm imagining they will give Musiala a 99 at some point. And then we go into the star-studded talent here. I thought Dybala, who's one that I still need to finish, is incredible. We've used him on an alt account because we're trying to get him done quickly for fodder purposes. The main account, we're grinding through them all a little bit slower so I can get everybody done. And Dybala is just magnificent. The finesse shot, the lovely left foot, he's just perfect as an SBC. He's one of them footies that you just know you need to finish. We then have Cole Palmer. I think a beautiful upgrade for him. He managed to get the make your mark, did really well with it, finally getting the full upgrade with him, and definitely stands out in comparison to that team of the season he did have. He's just one of them cards that I think next year we could really see that next level of him, which is just perfect. We obviously have got the first ever 99 on the game in Wirtz. Lovely 5-5. Very good stats across the board. The power shot instead of the finesse. But he does have the acrobatic, the incisive, and the technical. Again, could be better, but I think stats-wise, definitely take him into that next level for me. But the top two spots go to Zidane, who is just Zidane, so there's no questioning. And obviously, you'd probably imagine it, a 99 Pele. It's a shame they didn't give him the finesse. I really think that could have took him into just that next level, but Pele's Pele. If you've ever used a Pele in this game, it's just broken. It's genuinely just broken. They skip through. They just manage to find areas to shoot, and he just scores. Into then the left wing, we've got Gakpo as the 5-5. Very good card in himself. Lovely pace, shooting. Obviously, when it comes to a left wing, there's just so many options here. Like we said, the left wing comparison to the right wing is absolutely massive. Like, we're looking at a lovely rapid plus. That's normally my personal fan favourite, a finesse shot. Then maybe, to be honest, after that, it could be whatever you want. Another play style plus on shooting. Could be a whipped pass if you really wanted that other option. Trickster seems to be a lot of them because the 5-star attributes with the skills. And then obviously, just whatever you want, to be honest. As long as the stats are up there, you've got the 5-5, you're absolutely golden. We then throw into Nico Williams. Unfortunately, didn't get the 5-5. And again, with the make your marks, it was unfortunate that there wasn't that attribute that you could get. But he can play both left mid, left wing, right mid, and a very, very good pace winger. Now, he isn't necessarily going to be as much of a cut in and shoot without the finesse, but in terms of getting down that wing, is absolutely brilliant for it. We've obviously got Liao, incredible card. I think again with him, we are waiting for a footage, whether we see anything of a better nature for him, but I do think he has definitely got a future in this game. He's obviously got himself the decent playstyle pluses. He's got himself the 4-5, which is a bit unfortunate, but here's another one that is a shoo-in for a footage maybe in this week or the next. We then have Rashford as the free footies card. Didn't give him the 5-5, which is a bit unfortunate as this will be his final card, but I can actually live by that. I think with him this season, not necessarily being at his absolute tip-top best, but still managing to get himself a very nice card towards the end, which is absolutely perfect for him. And I think definitely name/ability in game is going to carry him quite far. But then we get into, personally, my fan favourites of the left wings now. Diaz as an SBC was brilliant. Great playstyle pluses, great stats. Obviously getting the 5-5 is a stunning SBC for the left wing, but we just get better and better. As next up is Ribery with the 5-5, obviously. Finesse, ping, technical and trickster, as well as some incredible stats. As you can see, we do hit the absolute jackpot. And it's funny that we got 94 physical on Diaz and 77 on Ribery. Now, obviously, Diaz is a little bit taller than Ribery. It's fair enough. Ribery wasn't known for necessarily brute strength, but on the ball strength was very, very good on him. Then we obviously have the top, and I think everybody could probably gather which ones are going to be the top, because we have got a Vinny, a Rivaldo, a Ronaldinho, and obviously a Neymar. Neymar's going to be my favourite at the moment for the 99. To be honest, I would happily go with either four of them. Like, Ronaldinho is going to be my number one in favouritism, but I need the 99 really to get there, and the 5-5. I think if this was the final card of him, I will be furious that they didn't give him the 5-5 here, because you've got to give him a 99. You've got to give him that 5-5. Absolutely. Rivaldo's got it. Vinny's got it. It's literally the last one with Ronaldinho to have it. I'm hoping he comes in that final week, as I don't think he's been leaked as of yet, but you could argue all of them. I do think this would be my order personally. I could see people ordering Vinny maybe above Rivaldo, but Rivaldo was incredible when I got him out on his first games, and the upgrades since have just been absolutely spot on for him. So going into the right wing, now, to be honest, there has been a lot of upgrades for the right wings, but you can kind of see where they've came from. Most of these cards have been in the last 2 weeks. Literally, if you took them out of here, I don't think many would really even kind of compete now, especially their previous versions. So we'll kind of keep tabs on that. So we're going to run through them pretty quickly, ready for the strikers. That's what everybody wants to see. We have got Rodman. We've got a Dembele. We've got I was going to say Rodrigo. We've got a Rafinha, who, to be honest, could be Rodrigo as well, but very good team in the tournament. We've got Doku. We've got Georgie Best. We've got Saka, Garrincha, Alwaran, Jarzinho, and Hansen. Now, obviously, you've got Footies. I'm going to just say the promo. Footies. Obviously, this one a little bit more different. We've got the Path to Glory. We then have got the Footies. We've got Euros, Copa America, Team of the Season, and Footies. There's very few, like, if we took away from this, like, you think of the cards previously, like Rafinha has a Team of the Season, wasn't great. Doku has a Team of the Season, would have made this list. Georgie Best Team of the Year, definitely not. Saka obviously has been absolutely incredible. I liked his Team of the Season. Salah would have been here as well. Garrincha's Winter Wildcard, probably not. Alwaran, I think, I could be wrong, but I swear this is his first upgrade. He might have had one more, but could it have been his first upgrade? No, of course not. We had the Galazzo SBC. So, other than the Galazzo SBC, maybe the 93 could have got in. Jarzinho, to be honest, I think that was quite a decent card. Obviously, before this one was his Galazzo as well. Yeah, he had the Galazzo before that was a Centurion, so that wouldn't have gone in. And Hansen is obviously number one because she is just incredible in this game. Now, you could argue differently between Jarzinho and her, but I'm personally a big fan of Hansen this year. I think she's just been a spectacular card. Both her and Jarzinho with a 5-5. Alwaran and Garrincha not having that 5-5 is criminal. Saka obviously getting it through the semis, which is nice. And then literally everybody else other than Dembele doesn't have it. Why not? Like, it's definitely a position where a 5-5 is going to be pretty vital in the game, especially towards the end where most of these are final versions of themselves. And then finally we have got the strikers. Now, this list is just incredible for strikers. And to be honest, there is so many players left out. Like, I reckon you could do like a top 20 or 30 and it still would be a list of players that you could definitely use and be endgame still in it. Puskás being a free card in himself was just incredible, just in general for EA. It's very generous. I didn't expect him to actually be good because you don't normally get free cards that are endgame. And especially with the Darwin Núñez SBC, you almost had to do like a 300k SBC and then finish the season and you've got your strikers for the rest of the game if you really wanted to. So that was just weird in itself. We have got Sophia Smith, incredible striker. If you've used her Team of the Season, this card is absolutely elite. The finesse shot plus, the quick step, all of the ball control play styles with obviously the press proven being the plus, pinged pass. She's a dynamite when it comes to going up front. Finesse shot is absolutely on point. She is just beautiful as a striker. But she doesn't quite beat out Darwin. Darwin is exceptional in his lengthy attributes. He's one of them strikers that just works. He's like the Czech, he's like the Giroud, but just on incredible amounts of enhancements because he is just brilliant. And then we get into the top variety. We have got a Thierry Henry. Still not giving him the 5-5, which I'm hoping a footies really sorts this card out to the 99 standard. But what a year we have had with Henry. So much better than previous years. He's got lovely evolutions, an incredible amount of cards which have been upgraded. I think he has had probably one of the best years he has had since being in Ultimate Team, which is fantastic for him. We have Cruyff as the 98. Now, I don't see much love for him this year, but I still think Cruyff is arguably in that top category no matter what. Like, you could still use the Golazo version easily as the endgame card. He's 5-5 already. He is at the start of the game, and he just works perfectly. Then we have got the Messi and the debate between Messi and Ronaldo, because obviously we've got Messi and Ronaldo next to each other. Now, it's not a comparison of kind of Ronaldo's better in real life. That argument I am staying well away from. But in terms of a striker in a game, this is going to be better. But when it comes to in-game for him, the 5-5 Messi, very, very good. And he's a different sort of striker. Now, I think with Messi, he's more the left stick. He's very tricky. He can get through with kind of a little bit of tricks and skills. Whereas Ronaldo is brute force. He's got the rapid plus. He's tall. He's strong. Aerial plus. I think for playstyle plus purposes, Ronaldo has it better. Both of them have the finesse, which is absolutely spot on. You've obviously then got the rapid plus with Ronaldo compared to the technical. I'm a bit much more fan of the rapid plus. He's then got the aerial, which is broken, and a bit of dead ball. Whereas the tiki-taka, the technical, the first touch, it's very Messi-esque. It's very get the ball through, little passes here and there, dribble through, get the goal. Whereas Ronaldo just runs through and absolutely smashes it, which I think works better in Ultimate Team rather than real life. That's just a completely different debate, but comment down below Ronaldo or Messi. And then we move into the top. I don't think there's any arguments here with these top. I think you could go on who you prefer, but Haaland 99, 98 Ronaldo, and 98 Mbappe. Personally, for me, Mbappe is a non-negotiable. Like Van Dijk, he's number one. No matter what, he's number one. He will get a 99 of a 5-5, no doubt. And then R9 is R9. He's got the body type. He's got the stats. The playstyle pluses are there. And Haaland's just behind them with a ridiculous card. Them playstyle pluses are what Ronaldo could have been, just literally with one change for a dead ball, and it's going to be incredible. But that's going to be my list for the top 10. Let me know down below any of yours that I've missed out, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.